Well. What a shock. The first surprise of the World Cup, the first genuine surprise of the World Cup. There's going to be people who are sleeping right now. They're going to see this in the morning uploaded. Um, because I was about to head to bed, hence why the Skull Cap has made a return. But I thought, you know what, let me stay up for this game. I don't think it's a banker. Same way I invested and heavily watched the Brazil-Japan game. I knew there might be a twist in the tail, and Japan almost snatched it. And by that, I mean, should they have stuck to their tactics, I think they would have seen out the win. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way. And the quality, say that sparingly, the quality of Brazil persevered. And so, the same reasoning or the same kind of logic, I used that for the Germany-Paraguay game. Obviously, Germany having lost for the first time in their history on pens in the World Cup, and of all teams to have lost to Paraguay, right? I mean, they've beaten Argentina, England on pens in the past. Who would have thought it's Paraguay that absolutely slays them down? I'm in a House of Dragon mood, by the way. I just finished episode 2 of season 3. But look, it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise. It's a surprise because of the sheer difference in quality, right? If you look at the German squad, there's quality in every position on the pitch, from Jonathan Tah to Nemecha to Musiala to Pavlovic to Kimmich, even Neuer to an extent. He's a bit washed, but hey, I thought he's better than the Paraguayan goalkeeper. Apparently not. This Hill guy is 6'6". Madness. Saved 3 pens. That penalty shootout was like a mid-off. Honestly, an absolute mid-off. Paraguay had 2 opportunities to win the game on penalties, and they didn't take them. Kai Havertz, Voltamade, and Jonathan Tah. It's funny because Kai Havertz, that started run, please, we need to stop that, by the way. Remove that from football. I don't care what the statistics are. I don't care how much it increases the possibility of you scoring a penalty. Just smash it. Just smash the ball. We don't need to see this anymore. Voltamade's seen him miss the penalty. So how can you watch a man miss with a started run and still go for the started run? The thing is, if you look back at the penalty, Voltamade's body shows all the signs of which direction he's going. It's as easy as that. And the goalkeeper, Hill, amazing. 6'6". Of course he's going to save that. And then you've got Jonathan Tah. So you're telling me you've got an opportunity to keep things interesting and you go and do a Gabriel. Essentially, what you've gone and done is said, you know what, don't trust us as centre-backs. Don't trust the centre-backs to take a penalty ever. It's a joke. And Paraguay, I mean, look, they're through, but at the same time, you're not going to get away. You're not getting away from the fact that you had 2 opportunities to put the game to bed and you couldn't do it. Like, honestly, I don't know what to say. They just look tired, honestly. But look, they're through anyway, so I can't really hate too much. I can't hate too much. What I will say is, God help me if I have to stay up. Again, I like to go to bed early, right? But if I have to stay up and watch penalties of that quality, of that ilk again, I don't know what to say. Paraguay, I'll make an excuse for, but Germany, I can't believe it. Look, in the build-up to the game against Paraguay, Germany had a 7-1 win against Curacao. Convincing, but expected. Yeah, so I don't think anybody would have predicted otherwise. My boys are doing one of those, I think it's like a sweepstake or what I think is a predictor or something. And every single one of them predicted something outrageous like 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, etc., etc. So that was expected of Germany, right? That was expected of them to lose. Curacao to lose by a massive margin, or for Germany to win by a massive margin. They then played Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. And had it have not been for Undav and his brilliance, or Nemecha's fizzed past into him, basically the individual quality and brilliance of some of the players on that pitch, it was looking spooky. And had Ivory Coast had taken their chances, Ivory Coast should have been 3-0 up at one point in the game, but they were wasteful and the decision making was shocking. So, really and truly, that's a game that either Germany should have lost or they at best drawn. But somehow, again, through individual quality and brilliance, they managed to get a win, a 2-1 win against Ivory Coast. Their last game against Ecuador, I think they took their foot off the gas. I don't believe that they themselves went for it altogether. Maybe in the back of their mind, there was a bit of sympathy and mercy on Ecuador to let them or hand them a chance to go through. But I remember watching the game, and it was a case of shifting momentum. So one time you'd have Germany batter them, wave after wave of attacks, and it'd be Ecuador, wave after wave of attacks. And then you could see that Ecuador wanted it more, and they needed it more than Germany did. So you have a convincing win against a small nation, a game that they should have lost, against a team that was physically way more imposing, dominated off the ball, managed to crowd and intimidate Germany as a team, and only were bailed out by a cause of individual brilliance. And then the last game was one of those throw out the dice. It wasn't all convincing wins. It wasn't like the likes of France or Argentina or even Spain. Yeah, they had the draw against Cape Verde, but once Lamine Yamal had come back into the starting 11, you saw that Spain are still a force to be reckoned with. They're the current Euro trophy holders, right? So Germany is a funny one because I don't know if I'm repeating myself, if I mentioned, but 2018 was a group stage exit. 2022 was a group stage exit. And now 2026, you might as well consider this a group stage exit. The round of 32 is nothing more than a fourth game of the group stage as far as I'm concerned. Round of 32 is insane. Like, absolutely insane. And by that, I mean, it's like charity, so to speak. The stipulations of third place teams getting through, I don't want to get into that. I mean, it's good for the smaller nations, but I'm not a fan of it personally. I'd rather just jump straight into the round of 16, into the quarters, into semis, etc., etc. All the more reason for poor excuse of a performance from Germany. They didn't want it enough. Paraguay wanted it more. Paraguay knew that it meant more, and they knew what was at stake. Germany felt as if they'd been here before, they took it for granted, and that same individual quality wasn't displayed against Paraguay. That same individual quality that bailed them out against Ivory Coast wasn't on display. Leroy Sané, poor, couldn't beat his man. Jamal Musiala looks a shell of the player he once was. Nemecha, poor game. Kimmich, unimposing. Jonathan Tah, tired. Neuer, tired. The whole team just looked tired, and there's no excuse. Now, begs the question, is it a result of the coach's tactics? Is it a result of the wrong personnel, a mix of the wrong personnel, or was it a result of the climate? Is the climate even... Let me actually see what was the temperature. Where did they even play? 22 degrees. So it's not even a question of the climate. 62% humidity. That one's a bit mad. So I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is it's shocking for a country of Germany's stature to be 4-time World Cup winners, to be one of two 4-time World Cup winners, them and Italy. It's actually mad. Now you got Germany who can't seem to get out of we'll keep it to group stages. They can't seem to get out of it since they won it in 2014. It's poor. It's like a curse. like a curse. The only consistent big nation, by the looks of it, we're going to hand it to France, maybe even Argentina. I mean, they got to the final in 2014, went out in the quarters in 2018, and they won it in 2022. Seems like we've only got two consistent performers. When are the big countries going to rise? We need to see it. But yeah, I can't believe a country of Germany's stature is out of the World Cup. That's not to take anything away from Paraguay. Shout out Enciso. Another Chelsea boy is back. I don't care if he's on the blue coat and he's playing for Strasbourg, whatever. He's a Chelsea boy also. But yeah, I'm gonna get this out tonight. I'm tired. The light's in my eye, and yeah, I don't even know how the audio quality is gonna sound. But if you are watching at this time of night, or you are watching this early in the morning in the UK, wherever you are, subscribe. I don't ask that a lot. But I'm hoping you respect the work rate. So, yeah. Anyway, I will catch you all on Wednesday with the Xabi Alonso 101 class. That's going to be exciting. Love.